match. 11 years since they last lifted a trophy, but a 12-game unbeaten run finals. Standing in their way are Melbourne Victory, who are on the trophy hunt once again. Twice in the last 12 months, they've been the bridesmaids in the grand final and the Australia Cup final. After a season of upheaval in both the coaching ranks and the boardroom, if this is to be their year, it would be quite the achievement. And one thing we're almost guaranteed tonight is goals. The last 4 meetings between these two have produced 24 in total, including 10 this season alone. Wanderers favourite to win. The history books do favour the home teams in these elimination finals. But Parramatta about to come alive like it's 2014. This, the second elimination final between Western Sydney Wanderers and Melbourne Victory. A semi against Premiers Auckland, awaiting the winners. Let's have a look at the team news. Wanderers are unchanged from the 11 that saw off MacArthur last week. Alex Bonneting did come off with an injury against the Bulls, but he's pulled up okay and makes his finals debut. Lawrence Thomas won 2 grand finals with Victory in a 9-year spell, and along with Brandon Borrello and Nicholas Milanovic, he's part of a trio that are the only survivors from the Wanderers' last foray into the finals in 22-23. Mohamed Altay returns on the bench. The bench that also includes pinch hitter Marcus Antonsen and World Cup winner Juan Mata. Victory also unchanged from the side that were held by the Newcastle Jets, which means goalkeeper Mitch Langerak misses a 3rd consecutive game with a foot problem. Reno Piscopo also hasn't made it, so it's the same front 4 of Valupale, Alzani and Ashash, who was sent off in last year's elimination semi against Melbourne City, and Virgos. Former Wanderer Brendan Hamill is on the bench alongside Bruno Fornaroli, who hasn't scored a finals goal since 2016. Alex Badalato ineligible to play against his parent club. Daniel Arzani plays his 100th A-League match. There's Alan Stajic taking charge of just his 2nd ever finals match in the men's competition. Though he did win 2 grand finals in the women's with Sydney FC, one of them against Melbourne Victory. Arthur Dillis returning to the club where he spent 5 years as an academy and then assistant coach with the Wanderers, winning 3 championships with the under-18s, under-20s and the youth team. Referee tonight is Adam Kersey, taking charge of just his 3rd finals game. He is assisted by Kearney Robinson and Hugh Fenton-White. Ben Abraham is the 4th official, and Lara Lee is in charge of VAR. There is Brandon Borrello, the only player on the field tonight who played the last time the Wanderers won a finals match, 5-4 against Brisbane in 2016. He was wearing the colours of Brisbane Roar that particular day. Jack Duncan deputising again for Mitch Langerak. It's just his 2nd finals appearance. He probably would have played in the grand final in 2018 for Newcastle against Victory, but for injury. There is Lachlan Jackson, also a 100th A-League appearance for him tonight, and also a finals debut at the age of 30. He was an unused sub against Victory for Newcastle in that final that I just mentioned in 2018. Well, the banner says, "Show no mercy, fear no enemy," at the red and black block end of the ground. This could be quite the night. A place in the semi-final against Auckland at stake. 2 big clubs, Daniel McBreen, with 2 big sets of expectations.
Well, 100% right, Simon. There's a real air of expectation around this Wanderers team now. 12 games undefeated, and Stadge has the fans believing. There's one thing we can expect from this game tonight is goals. In the 33 times they've met, only once has there been a 0-0 draw.
And the first goal tonight, oh so important. Or maybe maybe a little bit less so in this fixture. Victory haven't won any of the last 3 meetings, but they've led in all 3 of those games, Macca, and in 2 of them they were 2 goals up.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, they always start well, Victory. The problem is the Wanderers always finish well, so we're in for a big one.
Just on those numbers, in the elimination finals in the history of the competition, the home side has won 19 of the 27 knockout ties. And the team that has scored first has won all but 7 of those 27 matches. So that's how vital it is to get off to a good start. There are bound to be 1 or 2 nerves once finals football comes around. Wanderers looking to settle the quicker of the 2. Here's Alex Gersbach sweeping the ball into the box, but comfortable for Roderick looking to settle the quicker of the 2. It gets away from Casey Boss, which might just put his team back under pressure. The other thing to mention, as one goes astray off the boot, might just put his team back under pressure. Western Sydney Wanderers players, that's the pitch, Macca, is not the best tonight, to say the least.
It's very slippery down there. Just watching the players in warm-up, looking to strike the ball, and
maybe a little bit less so in
losing their footing.
Picture.
So I think there'll be a few cautious moments, particularly in those danger areas. And let's just hope it's not a mistake from a slip or something that maybe turns this game.
A wall of noise behind Jack Duncan's goal. All the Active Bay tickets were sold out well in advance of this fixture. High boots against Geordie Maladon. And there really just feels a sense as though there's something of the old Wanderers starting to return.
Well, we saw them turn up in numbers last week at MacArthur, and I can tell you now, the atmosphere was electric. Pitch side just before kick-off, and they've just turned it up even more now that the match has started. That's what we expect from this club. Huge crowd, big support. If they can get more and more success, we'll see those numbers swell.
Touched by Virgos, and Valupale scampers away down the left, and he's got the beating, it seems, of Gabriel Clare. Into the box, it's Mashash, and a vital block by Gersbach. And then the follow-up smothered as well. Really good raid by Melbourne Victory, and now the counter may be on for the Wanderers. And it's going to be an early yellow card for Josh and Serra, who clattered into Brandon Borello. Referee Adam Kersey putting down his marker early. Here's that chance at the other end.
Well, it was Michel Valupale showing a clean pair of heels, and it was Gersbach who got back just as Mashash saw the goal gaping. And Brandon Borello had a heavy touch there, and I think he did well to get across him. Serra drew the foul. Maybe a little harsh there, the yellow card so early, pleading his case.
It's a long time to sit on a yellow card, but Adam Kersey clearly deciding that he wants to show the players that he is in charge. Antizopoulos too strong for Sapsford. So much has been made of the Wanderers' failure to reach the finals on so many occasions in recent seasons. Amazingly, Macca, they haven't scored a goal in finals football in open play. Their last 2 goals in 16-17 and in 22-23, both from the penalty spot. So their last goal from open play in finals football was Scott Neville in the grand final of 2016.
Wow.
Which is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Well, they're back now in finals football, and they are confident. And they'll be looking to change that stat by play.
Lovely touch by Sapsford, and Brandon Borello spotted Jack Duncan off his line. Worth a try as we cross down to Scott McKinnon, who's soaking up the atmosphere tonight. Evening, Scotty.
Sure am, Simon. Great atmosphere down here, particularly at the Wanderers' end, as you would expect. The active supporters base sold out and they're going nuts. Question is, where are the Victory supporters at the other end? Not as many as usually you would see at a game like this of this magnitude. In terms of that first yellow, Arthur Dillis was blowing up Deluxe down here going, the first challenge of the match. Are you kidding me? You've robbed us. What are you doing? What are you thinking? Conditions-wise, just beautiful. 18 degrees, not a breath of wind. And, yeah, the pitch, long studs required because it is slippery out there.
Absolutely. Thanks, Scotty. Here's Valupale, who's set up the best chance of the game so far. Valadon with no options beyond him, opting to go back. Here's Daniel Arzani. And he spotted that little gap. This is a big chance. Casey Boss opens the scoring by scoring in his third consecutive A-League match.